Sega. Hey everyone, this is Rabbitearsblog and welcome to my top 10 video series. So today's top 10 list I'll be doing today is my top 10 Sega Genesis logo intros. And before I get into this, here are a few words from the channel. Alright everybody, it's time to get on the social media train. Want to chat with me in 100 words or less? Then check out my Twitter account. Want to talk about movies, TV shows, and video games within the group? Then check out my Facebook account. Want to check out some of my ultra cool fan art? Then check out my DeviantArt page. Want to get the lowdown on everything that's happening on this channel? Then check all of the above. And now, we return to our regularly scheduled program. So as you guys may know, I have actually been playing Sega Genesis ever since I was a kid. There was a lot of games that I used to play on the Sega Genesis, like the Star Trek Sega Genesis game, the Right Star game, and the Dynamite Heady game, and of course the Sonic the Hedgehog games. So of course I wanted to do some kind of top 10 list regarding Sega, and I decided to do a top 10 list on the top 10 Sega Genesis logo intros, because I just found those logo intros to be really interesting and very creative. And I wanted to talk about some of my favorite logo intros from the Sega Genesis series. And of course this is going to be part 1 because there was just too many creative Sega Genesis logo intros to go over that I think that just doing one top 10 list wasn't going to do it enough. So I will definitely be doing a part 2 down the line. So before I go into this list, here are a few things. Number 1. I haven't played all the games on this list, so this list is more about me talking about how much I like the logos rather than the games itself. But I might talk about some of the games because I did play some of the games on this list, so expect to see that pop up throughout this list. Number 2. This is only part 2 of the video because I was thinking about just making this the only part of the Sega Genesis logo intros that I was going to do for the top 10 list, but I found out that there was too many creative logos out there, so I decided to do a part 2. But in order to get to part 2, help this video reach 500 views. So if we get this video to reach up to 500 views, I will do a part 2 to the top 10 Sega Genesis logo intros. So please help this video reach up to 500 views so we can get on to part 2. And number 3, this list is based off of my personal opinions. So there might be some logo intros on this list that you guys might not agree with, or there might be some logo intros that I didn't mention on this list that you guys felt like I should have mentioned. So if you want to comment on that, please feel free to tell me in the comments down below. And now let's get started with this list. So honestly, I don't know much about Rayman as a character. All I know about Rayman is that it's one of the longest running manga series out there, like competing with The Simpsons in terms of how many years it ran. But one of the things that really stood out to me with the Rayman game is that we have the logo intro of Rayman saying Sega, and I just thought that that was the cutest thing ever, and also very creative because back then you don't see a lot of video games that have the characters actually talking. And it was just rare to see a video game character actually yelling out Sega in his voice. So I really do like the fact that with this particular logo intro, you have the Rayman himself actually yelling out Sega. And I just thought that was cute and really creative. Sega! Now, Brutal Paws of Fury was a game that I never played before, but what really stood out to me in this game was the logo intro. I love the fact that the rabbit character just jumps down to the screen and he kicks the screen and it says Sega on his shoe, and I just love the way that that was animated. So that's one of the things that really stood out to me in this game. So of course we got Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on this list. Like, even though there was a lot of other logo intros featuring Sonic the Hedgehog that I wanted to mention in this list, I ultimately went with Sonic the Hedgehog 2 because I used to play Sonic the Hedgehog 2 a lot as a kid, and one of the things that really stood out to me in that game was the logo intro. I really love the fact that we get to see Sonic run across the white screen and you see the Sega logo appear right behind him, so I really love that effect. Right Star was another game I used to play a bit when I was a kid, and even though I never really got through the game, one of the things I remember the most from that game was the logo intro. I like the fact that the Sega logo takes place in space, and you get to see the stars zooming in towards the Sega logo, so I really love the way that the logo intro was done for Right Star. Vector Man was another game I used to play a bit when I was a kid, and even though I never got through that game, I really loved the graphics of that game. Like, that game came out in 1995, and this was before 3D games like Super Mario 64 and Sonic Adventure came out, and yet the 3D graphics with this game was very phenomenal to look at. And one of the things I really liked about this game was the logo intro. I like the fact that Vector Man like jumps down and lands on the Sega logo, but in the background you have all these other Sega logos like moving around in a zigzag way, and I just love the mesmerizing effect of that. Now, Postman is a game I never heard of before, but one of the things I really liked about this game was the logo intro itself. I like the fact that the logo intro features TV static, and you see the Sega logo like zooming in the TV static, and I thought that was really creative to look at.
Test 1, 2. Sega.
So Comic Zone was a game that I briefly played as a kid, but I ultimately never really got through the game. But one of the things I really remember about the game was the Sega logo intro. I love the way that the Sega logo is being drawn out in the white space, and then you see the Sega logo like kind of moving around in the white space. And I just love the fact that somebody sings out Sega in the background, as I found this to be very creative. Now, back then, Sega was no stranger when it comes to doing video games about sports, but one of the Sega logos that I really liked the most was Pele's World Tournament Soccer. I like the fact that one of the soccer players goes up against the Sega logo, and he hits the Sega logo like a soccer ball on his head, and I just found that effect to be really creative. Now, I've only played the first Echo the Dolphin game, and I never got through it because I never understood the gameplay of that game. But this particular Sega logo comes from the second Echo the Dolphin game, Echo Tides of Time. And we get to see the Sega logo being submerged in water. And I just love seeing everything in water. So I really love this effect for the Sega logo intro. And of course, my all-time favorite Sega logo intro is the one from Jurassic Park. Even though I never played any of the Jurassic Park games, I have seen all the Jurassic Park movies, and just seeing the Tyrannosaurus Rex at the Sega logo intro and having him yell out Sega was really awesome to look at. I also really love the design of the T-Rex in the logo intro, as he looks very realistic, and the fact that he yells out Sega in the end really makes him look very animated. And so this remains to be my all-time favorite logo intro from the Sega Genesis era. So that's my list. And after doing this list, it made me realize how much I miss Sega's creative logo intros, and I wish they did more of these with their current games like Yakuza and Sonic the Hedgehog and many others. And guys, remember, if this video reaches up to 500 views, I will do a part 2 to this top 10 video. So be on the lookout for part 2 for this video once we reach 500 views for this video. So that's my top 10 Sega Genesis logo intros. And tell me in the comments down below, what were some of your favorite logo intros from the Sega Genesis era? Please let me know in the comments down below. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Rabbitearsblog, and I'll see you guys later. Hey guys, like this video? If you want to check out more crazy content from this channel, then please hit that big old colorful subscribe button. And if you're feeling extra generous, then please support me through Patreon so I can make more awesome content for this channel.